We're live, waiting on some audience members, and then we're here to help you out. I'm thinking just a half hour today.
Yeah.
I got too much shit to do.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Might have to have Kyle come get you.
Big floppy ears.
I know. One of them doesn't match. One of them's bigger than the other.
You can be in it, right? I think everybody. We'll probably get more questions about him. Oh hey, oh hey.
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome. Sarah and I are here for another Babymaker update for you guys. So, if you're new to the lives and you're watching it, in the right-hand section of your screen, you will see a talk or a chat window, something like that. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in there, and then as they pop up, we're going to try and hit each one, clarify anything you guys are wondering, and also give some updates along the way with new things that have progressed and where exactly we're at in the Babymaker production. So I'm just going to give everyone another few minutes to log on here. Again, make sure you put in your questions, and we'll be happy to get back to the guys.
Can you hold the camera?
Can I hold the camera? So I'm going to find...
Here, I'll try and find a stand for it.
Yeah, we're going to try and prop this camera up for you guys so everything's nice and easy going. Yeah, that might work.
It might work, but the... Oh, wait, what month are we?
Just another 30 seconds here, and then we'll go ahead and start, guys. If this is your new time to the Facebook or the YouTube Live, welcome. We're going to try and do these once a week as we get more and more information. Here we go. Got a nice little stand for you. All right.
Sorry.
We're good to go. Let me prop it up just a little bit more.
When is the first batch arriving? So we expect the first batch of Babymakers to go out in September. If you're curious about when your bike is scheduled to go out, you can go to your Indiegogo account and click My Contributions. It will be up in the right next to, or the right corner of the screen next to your name. And you can click on My Contributions and it will tell you there when yours is expected to ship.
Yeah, again, guys, these are estimated shipping times. I wish we could give each individual one of you a number and let you know exactly where it is in the process. Unfortunately, we're not at that point in production yet, but to get a good estimate about the month it'll come, do what Sarah says, check your My Contributions page, and that's where all that information will be located for you. As we start to move out more and more bikes, we'll be able to give you a more accurate estimation of when those bikes will come. So like you've seen us doing from the beginning, just stay tuned. Make sure you check back and forth on the updates page. Any new information that comes out, we're trying to be as transparent as possible. So we'll send it to you guys right when we know something as well. So keep an eye on that update section. Also keep track of your inbox because we'll reach out to you that way as well. But if you have been following along, you'll see that we've just posted some pictures from the factory, and we have some bikes that are 90% completed. They're waiting to be packaged and boxed and that sort of thing. So production has begun for a lot of the bikes. Most of them are the beginning few are starting to be finished, so it's about boxing them up and then getting them on their way. All right. So guys, again, just go ahead and type your questions there. We'd be happy to help. If you have questions about when it's going to be delivered, again, we can give you an estimation about the month. We have nothing further on that, so we'll keep you posted as more info comes across. One thing I did want to let you guys know, if you haven't seen it, we got the first production Babymaker in all black into the shop just the other week. So we're working on getting some photos and sending those out to you guys. But yes, we did just get the first one off the line, so more should be rolling out shortly as time continues here.
Okay, I'm just going to go through some of the comments that we got on my Facebook post that I made on the VIP page. Kent was asking how you can change your mailing address. So what you need to do is just email customer support and give us your contribution number and then your new mailing address. I can adjust it for you. So our customer support email again is hello@flx.bike. We're asking that people get those in as quickly as possible now that bikes are going to go out fairly soon.
Yeah, again, not only for order or for address changes, but if you have questions that weren't answered in the FAQ section of our page, that is the email you should reach out to. The quickest way to get in touch with us is via that hello@flx.bike. So send in your questions there if you weren't able to find them, and we'd be happy to help you out. Sreeb is asking, is there a pro assembly video? We put out an assembly video for one of the betas already. It's the same exact process, but what we plan on doing is once these bikes start rolling out, give a more updated video tutorial of how to assemble them. The good news is that it's going to take you longer to remove the protective packaging from the bike than it is to put it together. You simply attach the front wheel with the quick release skewer. You use the 4 bolts in the stem to put that handlebar together, and then you attach the seat into the seat tube. It's really straightforward. You don't have to do any wiring. You don't have to do anything with the brakes or anything like that. It's a very, very simple installation guide. So when that video is done, we will be sending it out to you.
How many hours can you get per charge?
Hey, Rich, if you're new here, check your My Contributions page to see the estimated date of delivery. As far as the hours you can expect, this is varies. I don't want to give you hours because that's a little convoluted, but the range we have is 15 to 50 miles. The way we got that range is that 15 on the lower end if you're riding up very steep hills and pedal assist 5, and then 50 on the longer end if you're riding conservatively, mostly flat ground in lower pedal assist levels. That's why there is that range, and that disparity is because it depends on where you ride, so the level of incline, and how you ride, so the level of pedal assist, how much of the battery you're using at any one time. Hey guys, let's see. You want to take that one?
So no, there isn't any resistance from the motor. It pedals just like a normal bike. So if you do run out of battery, no issues there. We've had quite a few riders review the bike and say that they haven't had any issues. So yes, operates just like a normal bike.
Yes, and that goes for whether the battery runs out on you and you forgot to charge it, or if you just crank it to pedal assist level 0. Both those ways, the bike still functions like a normal bicycle would. So you don't ever have to worry about being stranded out somewhere if your battery dies. Or if you are someone that's looking to get exercise and wants to use their own power and none of the bikes, you can switch it to 0 and it functions just like a normal bike would. So Derek is asking, what's one of the latest changes we've had to the production bike? One of the things we were working on was the front fork design. Originally, they were a little bit curved, kind of banana style. We've since straightened them out. The reason behind that was, one, for aesthetics, so that the front forks were parallel with the seat tube. Giving it a very nice geometric pattern, and with that new design also added strength and durability. That is one of the latest changes. Another one on that was when we offered the drop bars. We were originally going to mount those brake levers horizontally, even though you had the drop bars. We have since found a new hydraulic brakes, disc brake supplier, TRP, for those drop bars. So now, regardless of your handlebar setup, you will be getting those hydraulic disc brakes if you ordered the Pro.
So we'll have all of the spare parts available on our website. So if you need to replace anything on the bike, we'll have them all there, and we will ship to the UK.
Yeah, and that goes for anyone in Europe as well. If you ever run into issue, first of all these bikes come with a standard 1-year warranty. That's free for you guys. Pretty unheard of. Most electric bike companies are 6 to 3 months if they even have a warranty at all. So already you're ahead of the game. And if you live in Europe and do see an issue, what we'll do is we'll be able to send you the parts you need, as well as a tutorial video on how to swap that part out or install it, so you'll be good to go when it comes to servicing your bike.
And sorry, I didn't read the rest of your question. So most of the parts will be coming from the US. If they are covered under warranty, I believe they'll have a $0 charge on the tax form, so I don't think you'll be charged duty on that. If you're purchasing a part, most of them come from the US. Some of the larger parts we might get sent from the factory, such as batteries and motors, but that's still all kind of up in the air. But we will be able to send the parts to anywhere that we ship the bikes.
Yeah, so if you have a bike on your doorstep, you'll be able to get replacement parts on your doorstep as well. So I don't want you guys to worry about that.
Servicing the bike. So like we just said, we have all of the service parts that you need. We'll have tutorial videos for pretty much everything that you could need to do on the bike. We'll upload those on our YouTube channel. Everything from swapping out the motor, anything like that if something does go wrong. Our bikes are extremely easy to work on, so pretty much any reputable bike shop will be able to work on your bike.
Yeah, and that's a great thing about the Babymaker is other than the battery and motor itself, all the other bikes are standard bike components. So we actually had a guy riding one of our betas, one of the prototype Babymakers, and what he decided to do was swap out his handlebars for his own custom carbon fiber ones. That's always an option. If you're looking to get bike cleats, little clip-ons, you can swap those out as well. The Babymaker has standard parts, so it's easy to service if you do want to customize it in those sort of ways. Nomo. So he's asking video content about the bikes produced in Spain. So some of those clips you've seen in the updates are from our Spain factory. What we do is we have people working there, and we're just basically collecting clips, and we'll compile them as these updates come out. So what you're seeing is a mix between all sides of production, not just one location when you are getting those updates.
As of now, we don't have any plans for bigger frames. Right now, the largest one we have is 23 inches. I don't know, 199 centimeters.
Yeah, so Justy just wrote in, he's 199 centimeters. What I would say for these bikes, if you're just to start out, if you're in between that 5'7", 5'8", 5'9" range, I recommend you going for the smaller 19-inch frame because you can raise the seat. You can get an extended stem for a little more reach if you need that. What you cannot do is make a bike that is too big, smaller. If you are someone like Jossie, who's on the taller end, what I'd say the cutoff is right about at 6'4", 6'5". After that, you may be a little uncomfortable. Now, you'll still be able to ride that bike. It'll still function. You won't be banging your knees, but it won't be the optimum fit, such as wearing a hat that's a little too small. It'll fit over your head, but it may not be the best fit for you. So that's why if you're 6'4", 6'5", I'd say that's the cutoff for our larger 23-inch frame. And no, at this time, we do not anticipate making any frames larger than that.
Why the Babymaker name? The name was chosen just because it's fun and it makes us laugh, and we giggle about it, which is about the same experience we get on the bike, so we just thought it was kind of fitting.
And it's something you're not going to forget. So you see it once, exactly what you're talking about. So that's one of the reasons behind it. Like Sarah said, we wanted something fun, something light, kind of like what riding the bike is. So that's why we chose that name.
We have plenty of pictures on our Facebook of the Sterling. I think it's pretty much completely identical to what the Sterling bike's going to look like. So if you just go to our main Facebook page, or if you go to the Babymaker VIP group page, there's a lot of pictures in there too of the Sterling bike.
Yeah, and all our social media as well. YouTube videos, we did a lot with the Sterling Silver. Even the campaign video had the Sterling Silver bike heavily featured. That's very close to what it will look like. Brown bar tape, brown seat, and brown wheels on that Sterling Silver one.
Yes, you can check your shipping information on your Indiegogo account. It will show your shipping address there and whatever you put in. Just a side note, if you did change it with us and we confirmed that it had been changed, that won't reflect in your Indiegogo account. But if you reached out and we let you know that it was changed, then it was changed. I believe once the bikes are shipped, that's where we will be fulfilling them and putting the tracking information in there. So you will get the tracking information and you'll be able to access it in there. And it will just be like a regular FedEx or UPS tracking.
Yes, the same way you track an Amazon package or whatever. Just click the link or click the tracking number link and it'll go right up. I just wanted to piggyback on one thing Sarah said. If you have reached out to us for order changes, updates, anything like that, and we replied to you saying, hey, yeah, you're good to go. Again, you're good on our end. It won't be reflected on your Indiegogo page itself. It'll only keep what you originally ordered. The reason behind this is Indiegogo does not allow order changes. It does not allow adjustments. It does not allow refunds after that 10-day period. So anything we're doing for you guys has to be done on the back end, and it's taken out of our time. So that is why when we say, hey, that change has been made, you're getting that smaller frame, we know it, we've logged in our information, and all that manifest will be sent to the factory, but we can't change anything in Indiegogo. So if you're looking and you say, oh, Ben or Sarah, they said they changed it, but I'm seeing here on Indiegogo that they didn't, know that that's normal. Nothing we change will actually reflect on Indiegogo because they don't actually allow any of that sort of thing. So we have to do it all on the back end for you guys.
Okay, we're going to go over some of the Facebook comments that I got. Ben, I think this will be a fun question for you.
Okay.
Since it looks like the bikes are almost complete in the factory video, can you tell us a little bit about when the bikes will be loaded into containers, when containers will leave, and when containers might arrive on the west coast of the U.S.?
So as far as that goes, the first ones we're estimated to be delivered at around that late September time frame. Even though they're all complete in the factory, what you don't realize is that that factory floor is a lot bigger than what we showed. So the way their production works is they make a lot of bikes at once, and then once they have a big group, then they'll begin packaging. Now, the packaging of these bikes is not an easy step, especially considering they're going all across the world in a big bike box. A lot of carriers. A lot of the carriers are going to need a lot of room to ship those. And so one thing we need to do when we package those bikes is to make sure that as they change hands from one truck to the other, as they leave one warehouse and go to another, these bikes are going to come into contact with a lot of things, and everyone's not going to be as careful with your baby as we are. So packaging is a big part of production that does take time. Every part of the frame gets wrapped in foam. It's got to be put in those boxes. We have to organize the touring packages, and then even from there, we need to group which bikes are going to which areas. So all that, even though you see a completed bike, is still weeks into the production until they're actually shipped out.
Has there been any unforeseen hiccups regarding parts, assembly, or delays throughout the production? So far everything's been running fairly smoothly. So
the only delays we've had are when we're trying to go extra, get you that little above and beyond. One thing I mentioned earlier in this live was when we decided to add the drop bars, we originally weren't going to add drop levers. They would have been the same horizontally mounted brake levers. And that was one of the hiccups that we ran into is we want to give you guys everything and more. So that was a bit of a slowdown for us. We had to source a whole new parts supplier for that particular configuration setup. Other than that, though, everything's been very streamlined. The only delays we've seen, or only time we've had to sort of hit the brakes a little, was when we're trying to add extra, give you guys a little bit more than what was promised. Because as you know, we started this Indiegogo campaign. It launched in March, but we've been prepping for it since last year. So this is a cycle that keeps building on itself. We want to deliver the best bikes we can. So we do make some changes, and those have really been the only slowdowns in production. COVID has not affected it. They're crushing it out both in China and in Spain. Parts have been coming in on time, so we're actually looking pretty good.
So for bikes going to the East Coast, yes, as far as I know, they will be coming to California first, and then some of them will be at our San Diego location, but with the amount of bikes that we will be sending out, we will likely need to get separate warehouses, which still will likely be in San Diego. So yeah, they'll probably be shipped from California and then go to the East Coast from there. They're not going to go factory direct to you.
Yeah. Eugene's asking... actually, Austin, don't want to skip you there. You're asking for the bikes destined for UK and Ireland. They're made in the Spain factory. Will all spare parts come from there as well? Yes, that's correct. What we're doing is we're getting a big container of, we'll do is get big containers of the spare parts, not meant to be assembled on a bike, and they'll be sent there. So in this beginning production run, once bikes start getting delivered, the factory will also have parts as well for you guys.
Eugene,
yeah, Eugene, the bars are going to come taped. Not sure if you were here earlier, but as I mentioned before, to assemble the bike, you put on the front tire, you attach the seat, and you screw in the handlebars into the stem. That's it. There's no bar taping you need to do. You don't need to run wires. You don't need to make any connections or anything like that. So the bar tape is going to come correctly with those handlebars mounted in the correct spot.
How many units have been sold? I think we had somewhere around 10,000 backers on Indiegogo, and then plus we had orders coming in through Shopify. So I mean, I don't know the exact number.
But 10K plus.
Yeah, 10K plus.
We're over 10,000 at this point in time. I can't give you an exact number. The Indiegogo campaign alone raised 9,000 and some change, 9,500 bikes or something like that. And since it's ended, we've both continued to sell on Indiegogo as well as our own personal site. So we're right around that 10,000 bike mark.
Yes, the pro models and the standard models are being assembled at the same time in the same factory. One doesn't have priority over the other. Orders are going to ship according to when they were placed, so we're not shipping out pro orders first and then standard later. Mohammed, unfortunately, we aren't allowing any cancellations after the 10 days. The reason for that being, after those 10 days are up, money changes hands from us to the factory. So your customized order has been sent to the factory, and the funds that you transferred to us are transferred to them, to begin production. So that's why we don't allow cancellations after the 10 days.
Eugene, I'm not sure what you mean by hand grip going against the grain. If you have anything specific you want to let us know, go ahead and send us an email, because I'm not really sure what you're talking about there. It's time. The Bernard, you're wondering about adding a tire sealant. The tube shouldn't be over inflated. I don't think the 60 will fit. I think you still need to stick to that 80 millimeter press the valve. And then when you put in that sealant, you should be good to go there. What I would not do is get any different tube sizes than what we recommend. Um, and in addition to that, there's been some people asking if certain things will fit on the bike. I'm not exactly sure about all those. If you're looking to put a custom this or that on the bike, what I recommend doing is wait till you get it and then take your bike into the bike shop. That way it can be custom fitted right then and there, and you'll know ahead of time whether that particular upgrade is going to fit your bike or not. It's just hard for me to know off the top of my head, with the thousands of other third-party accessories out there, what exactly will fit the Babymaker and what won't. I can give you certain things like seat tube size and that, but the best thing I can recommend for you at this time is to wait until you actually get the bike, see what it looks like, and then if you are looking to add those accessories, you have the bike in front of you, you can take it into the shop and know for sure at that exact time whether the particular part you're looking for is going to fit.
So as of right now, we're not selling those accessories separately. You can add the touring package to your order, which has the mud guards, cell phone mount,
Lights, water bottle holder,
and then the rack in
and
the
then the
back.
cargo rack. Yes.
So you can buy those as a package. We're not selling them separately. They're, I believe, later on down the line, kind of once we've gotten all these bikes shipped out and we've gotten things kind of sorted out at our warehouse and things have, settled down, we'll have those parts available individually. But I'm not sure when that's going to be.
Yeah, and what I've been telling people, they ask me, I like the fenders and the water bottle mount, but I don't need anything else. And what I actually recommend is don't get the touring package then. If you're looking for a specific item, most of what we have in the touring package itself is just a third-party, universally mounted bike component. So the fenders, for example, if you're looking for just those, there are plenty you can get online that will fit the Babymaker if you don't want to get the entire touring package in and of itself. So that's my main recommendation. If you're only looking for 1 or 2 items in the touring package that we offer, go ahead, buy them from a third party so that you don't get all that excess gear, because right now we are not separating the touring package and you are not able to buy individual items on it from us.
Can I make December come quicker? I wish I could. I'm excited for all these bikes to get shipped out, and I'm also excited for Christmas, but unfortunately I can't adjust.
Yeah, right. I wish we could too. I love Christmas. The guys in the factory are working as hard as they can to get these bikes out. We're updating you as quick as we can. I wish we could give you an exact date, but there's just so much going on that for me to say something and be wrong is way worse than giving you our best estimate and then refining it as time continues, and we can with more accuracy say when it'll be delivered.
So right now, all of our customer support is based in the US. So we do offer support Monday through Friday, just like any other company. As of now, we don't have any support over in England, but just maybe a little bit later of a reply. But we're here to support you no matter what country you're in. We can source all of our parts from either our warehouse here or our international factory, which is in Shanghai. So we'll be able to get you parts regardless of where you are.
All right, Eddie is asking how come there's been no images, info of the colors. Eddie, what you see on the update section is just what we've put together. We're trying to give you the most bang for buck. We could send you an hour video of the entire factory. There are those other colors available. We just haven't posted anything for those yet. So Ross asked a good question. The production Babymaker is actually going to have mounting holes for 2 water bottle holders. One will be on that seat tube. You'll have the 2 bolts there. And one will be on the down tube where the battery is located with another 2 holes for water bottle mounts if you're looking to get some extra hydration on your rides.
And for the questions about the tires, I'm going to go ahead and just post a link to a video that Rob did I don't know, a couple of months ago, and it has a ton of really great information in there. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that link down below if you want to look at that.
Yeah. Shadow 56. If you need to ensure that we have the correct shipping address, what you should do is send an email to hello@flx.bike and just say, hey, my order number is 12345, and I was curious what you have listed for my shipping address, and then we'll be able to go ahead and verify and confirm with you that it's actually correct. Thanks, Momo. We appreciate it. So the Michael Pascal, you're asking about the gear ratio between the front and rear. As you know, the Babymaker is a single speed. The gearing ratio is 64-22. If anyone's watching out there and don't know what that means, that's about the equivalent of gear 7 on a 9-speed bike. Because it's a single gear, that means that you're what I call the comfortable cadence, or where you'll be pedaling easily and still moving really fast, is right about that 20 mile per hour range. You'll get about a revolution, 2 revolutions a second, and that'll have you coasting at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. That's where that sweet spot is. This, because it's a single speed, starting going up hills from a dead stop is going to be a little tougher because of that ratio. But once you're moving past 10 miles an hour, it's a really nice gear setup. So if any of you have any concerns about riding a single speed, just know once you get it moving, it's going to be very nice. And if you do need that additional help, the pedal assist goes up to 5, and so that motor will get you up pretty much any hill.
We had somebody ask NBA Dream Rips. Unfortunately, we are not offering pickup in our San Diego location right now, just because we have so many bikes going out, literally thousands. We're going to have more than one location likely that the bikes are going to be going out from, so we're not allowing pickups right at this time.
Yeah, and like Sarah said, a majority of those bikes won't even come to our factory. They're going to land in port, and from there we have our logistics team working on sending them out. So they're not actually going to even, most of them won't even come to our warehouse for you to pick them up in the first place. It goes direct from factory to you guys. Drawn from the Water asks, what part of the bike has elements of aerodynamic features? So the whole bike entirely, if you were to compare it to any other electric bikes, on a scale of aerodynamics, is far exceeds most other ones. There isn't anything specifically designed on the bike to be aerodynamic, like you would for a Formula One car. With that being said, though, it is one of the slimmer and lighter e-bikes out there on the market. If you'll notice, just browsing around on the internet, a lot of bike companies have big, heavy, bolt-on batteries that stick out, very large frames, that sort of thing. So while the Babymaker doesn't have anything specifically engineered for aerodynamics, the bike in and of itself is going to be much sleeker, have much better ability to pierce through that wind because it is so skinny. The forks are nice and slim, and everything from the frame, from the top tube all the way to the back, is very streamlined.
Ian asked if the bike would be coming with pedals. If so, are they? Yes, the bike will come with pedals. As far as I know, they are metal.
Yeah, they're
really?
metal.
I thought they were plastic.
No, I believe at least all of the pros are going to be metal for sure.
Oh.
I think the standard will as well. With that being said, I'm not sure if you're here, Ian. If you are looking to get different pedals, you can always add those. Babymaker has standard parts, so we have people actually swapping the ones that come with a bike out for their own personal ones with clip-ins, so they can use their special shoe to ride. Anthony Andrews asks, how do you use the walk assist? For those of you that don't know, what walk assist is when you hold down a button on the LCD screen, the bike will provide a little power to that motor and get it moving about 2 miles an hour. The reason for that is not always for road bikes, but more for mountain bikes. If you come to a big hill and you need to walk that bike up, you're going to be using a lot of your strength to push it up. The walk assist just lets the motor crank at about 2 miles an hour. The Babymaker will have this feature, but as of right now, I'm not sure exactly what buttons you need to press and hold. So I don't want to give you incorrect information, but the bike itself will have that functionality, and we'll be putting out a video on how to do all those LCD functions a little later on.
What is the longevity of the battery? So with the battery, after about 500 cycles, meaning completely draining the battery and recharging it, you'll get about 70% of the original capacity that the battery used to have. To keep your battery up, we suggest having it at least 85% charged if you're going to let it sit. Letting batteries sit without a charge can destroy them really quick.
Yeah, it's very similar to your cell phone too. If you had a cell phone for 2 years, it'll charge to 100%, but you'll look at it and you'll think it's not lasting as long as it always did. The lithium batteries in the bike are the exact same. So like Sarah said, after 500 cycles, that means 500 times of going from 100% to zero, it's still going to hold 70% of its original capacity. So even though the battery is slim, made up of all those cells inside that down tube, it's still going to last you a long time. Pete did, I think it was like 3,500 kilometers in a month or two on the same exact battery, with no issues, noticing no drop off in longevity. So the batteries are built to last a decent amount of time.
Okay, we had a question about actually the step through, which is one of our step through bike models. Unfortunately, we don't have any upgraded displays for that one at this time. We're always looking to add more components to our websites, but that's not something we're offering right now. What were the perks? I don't know the whole list of perks that we added offhand. I know the 25 mile per hour was one. Kickstand comes with all of the bikes. There was an upgraded display, and
yeah, if you check the Indiegogo page, they'll all be listed there, and we hit all those markers, obviously, with a 13 million in sales. So all those perks will be included on all the bikes, regardless of when you purchase. So even if you were the first person to buy a bike, if we hadn't hit that particular stretch goal, it's still going to be fulfilled backwards. So you'll get all those particular upgrades.
GPS tracker to combine. I don't believe we are planning on offering a GPS tracker, but if I'm not wrong, I know a lot of people use Garmin's, right?
Yeah, so we ourselves here at FLX are not going to offer that compatibility in any way. What you can do though, if you're riding with your cell phone, there's a lot of apps like Strava, that sort of thing that'll track all that information. Sarah, what was the one you mentioned?
Garmin. I know a lot of people use Garmin.
Garmin's another big one for mountain biking and road cycling. So you could use those. The only thing it's not going to tell you is the stuff that would have to be hooked up to the bike itself. But if you're just looking for elevation change, pace, distance, even a GPS readout, all that can be done through various apps that are out there, available for download on your phone.
And honestly, Amazon is a really great tool for this. If you just go and just search, bike GPS tracker, they'll have, tons on there, and you can just read the reviews and go over and just find what features that you need for your bike. Oh, thank you, Brooke. Yeah, it's a little bit frizzy right now, but yeah, I love having curly hair.
Yeah. I went surfing this morning, had a
You did?
little shower.
How was
it? It's good. Water's cold.
I've heard that the surf has been terrible recently.
Yeah, it wasn't very good either, but I was out early this morning, so.
I was in Coronado yesterday, and the waves were insane.
Really?
Really crazy.
I gotta head to the island. Damn. Thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot. I try and reply to messages we get from you guys when you thank us for your help, and try and be as genuine as possible, because it really does mean a lot when we hear from you guys, especially on the customer service end. Our job is to deal with problems, just like any other company. So when we do hear that positive feedback, it really means the world to us. I do my best to screenshot it and send it to the rest of the group, because we are working very hard for you guys, and we want to deliver the best bike we possibly can. So any sort of feedback you can give us, positive or negative, send it, because without the transparency from you guys, we don't know exactly how we're doing. So be sure to let us know. And again, that positive feedback is always a nice thing to see and always very welcome.
Yeah, every one of FLX employees, that's something that's so special about our office is everyone is so passionate about the bikes there and so passionate about the company. So feedback is so important to us, even if it stings a little.
Yeah.
um,
Where are we right now? Okay, thanks for that. So, Ian, I think I mentioned this a little ago. There will be 4 holes total for 2 water bottle mounts. 2 holes on the seat tube for a water bottle. 2 holes on the down tube for a second water bottle. That's going to come on all the bikes. So if you guys are looking for a water bottle holder, you can buy those separately and attach them to your bike once you get it.
Will you be able to ride our Babymakers off-road? So the Babymaker is designed to be a road bike. It's a commuter bike, maybe light off-road, light gravel, but it's definitely nothing close to a trail bike. I would not suggest riding it on trails or going off-roading with it.
Yeah, that's really your discretion. Like we said, it's specifically designed to be a road bike. It's got skinny little back tires. There's no suspension in the front, so if you do take it off road, you risk either puncturing the tires or just having a really rough ride. To ask whether it can go off road or not, it depends on you. It's like asking if a Toyota Camry can go off road. Sure can, but you don't really want to take it on the same trails you'd take your Jeep because it's not designed for that. So with the Babymaker, strictly designed for a road bike. If you have some hard packed dirt or gravel paths that you want to ride intermittently to get to your house or for a shortcut, you'd probably be good with that. But again, these tires are not meant for rocks, big ass holes, and that sort of thing. So they can puncture. So just be very careful where you are riding it.
Are the tires puncture proof? I don't think they're puncture proof. I think they're puncture resistant, but I mean, just like any other tire, they will.
Yeah, they're 2 tires too. So if you do get a flat, you would need to get a new tube for that. But they are not I think what you're thinking of is like those run flats or that sort of thing. So no, they are not.
Mike asked if he should keep his spare battery charged. So if you do have a spare battery or you purchase a spare battery, yes, keep it charged. We suggest keeping them at least 85 or at 85%.
Yeah, at 85, they're going to be sitting for a little while. And then for your particular case, Mike, what I would actually do is every 2 to 3 months, or every 2 months even, just go ahead and swap the battery out so one's getting used and while the other one is resting. That should help for the best longevity of your battery. Ooh, I missed that one. Saw someone writing in. Brooke says, "Oh, Brooke's vibing with us in our humidity hair. We love you. If you ever do come back out to the West Coast, be sure to hit us up. We're located right here downtown San Diego. We'd love to see you."
Harry Spanish. I actually don't know if we have anybody in the office that can speak Spanish. I think Rob can speak a little bit of Spanish.
I'm partially fluent too, but we could use we might be able to use your help. I'll keep your contact info and we can reach out. I'm excited for you to get your Babymaker Pro. Tangerine is one of my favorite colors too, by the way. Cool. So soon you'll be riding.
Quick release for the wheels. No, right?
So the front tire, Clark is asking if there's be a quick release. The back axle, no. The back axle is locked in. You will need tools to take it out. But the front tire has a quick release skewer. So if you need to either replace a flat or if you're just going to mount your Babymaker on one of those roof racks on your car and the front wheel needs to be removed, that's totally fine. The front tire is a quick release skewer. Bend it back, pull it out, and you'll be good to go. So the blue raspberry color, I'm still talking with Pete. The ones that have just come out are slightly darker than what has been on the site. So I'm working with Pete in production now to figure out what we're gonna do for those colors. If you ordered one of the earlier blue ones, that's what they're gonna look like. But we're trying to see work with the paint guys and see what we can do about that.
So the battery should come at least partly charged, but we recommend charging it fully once you get it. And I think it's about 3 hours, so it might take you around 2 hours to charge it, an hour and a half to charge it once.
I think so. Someone asked about a new update. We actually did just get a new charger for it. Fast charger, 2 hours to full.
I didn't know about
yeah,
that one.
that just came in the other day. But on that, anytime you get a bike from us, we recommend charging the battery to full. And this is just good general practice for any electronic device you get, whether it be a computer, an electric bike, a cell phone, whatever it is. Always charge that battery to full before use, and that'll help increase the longevity and performance of that battery.
Power bank, do you think you need a charger?
Mohammed's asking about a power bank. This is a question I've actually gotten before. There right now, I would not recommend any power banks simply because in order to feed the Babymaker, you need to use our standard wall charger. So whatever power bank you use needs to accept, if you're in the US, the 3-prong wall outlet, or the Europe, the ones you guys use. And any power bank that has that capability is usually the size of like a 9-volt car battery. So right now there aren't any power banks I would recommend you take on you for a ride on the Babymaker. So Naki asks, will fenders, rear lights, and all that be added when the crowdfunding goals are met? The crowdfunding goals have already been met. The campaign's actually over. So no, the fenders, lights, and all that is available on the touring package. If you're looking to get any of those particular components, you need to go ahead and buy the touring package for your bike, which, by the way, will be shipping separately from your Babymaker itself. Someone asked me that the other day. I didn't know if you guys were wondering, but the the touring package and all those accessories will be in a separate box.
Can you order the King Meter LCD aftermarket? So I'm not sure if you're meaning for the Babymaker. You can't swap out the display. The King Meter LCD is meant for our Generation 1 bikes. If you're looking to buy one because we're sold out, I would not suggest doing that, just because the controller in your motor is specific to a specific display. So I wouldn't try sourcing that somewhere else, just simply because there's a huge chance that it won't work.
Yeah, on those, just gonna dive in this specific question. On those King Meter displays, they're capable to talk to dozens of different controllers. So even though you get the LCD screen that looks exactly like yours, same form factor, same buttons, same even connection, it may not talk to your bike because they're not always designed to do so. Thank you so much for your support, Alex. We really appreciate it.
Yes, it will stop charging once the battery is full.
Yeah, so on those smart chargers, smart fast chargers, there will be a light on it. Red light means that it's still charging. Green light means it's good to go. But once that light is green, it's going to stop supplying juice to the battery, so you don't have to worry about overcharging. This is something that almost all battery and charger manufacturers are doing now, because, as you mentioned, in the past that wasn't the case. And if you left your bike on the charger, or your battery on the charger, you could see some issues down the road. With that being said, we still recommend you unplug the bike from the charger if it's going to be stored for a longer period of time. If, however, you put it in your garage, you have it charging overnight, and you ride it to work the next morning, that's fine. But I wouldn't recommend leaving any of your devices in a charger for a very long period of time.
Disconnect, since you said it was still only 2 volts.
Hey, Michael, I'm not going to explain the disconnecting of the rear tire, but if you go, when we're done with this video, if you go on YouTube and search, I think it's how to remove the Babymaker rear tire or something along those lines. We actually have a video up already of the one of the betas we have in shop with the process of how to actually take that tire off, because you will need some other tools. But that's already up in already filmed actually. So if you search that, we should be good.
And I'll drop the link for you below right now.
Okay, yeah, Sarah's actually going to put the link to that particular video in the comments, so you'll be able to see it. While she's doing that, let me get on another question. Naki, so the lights on both our website and the ones located in the touring package are simple battery powered LCD lights. They do not integrate with the bike in any way, so you're not plugging into the bike battery to get the juice. I believe they're all USB charging lights though, so you can mount them on your handlebars or wherever you seem fit, and then you take them in, plug them in with I think it's a micro USB, and they'll charge right up, and then you can put them back onto your bike.
So yes, if for the Sterling Babymakers, we will have those parts to match. So if something terrible was to happen to your wheel and you would need a replacement, yes, a little bit later on down the line, once we get the components under control and we have more room in our warehouse and all those bikes have gotten shipped out and things like that, then yes, we will have any and every part that you would need for your Babymaker. Wolfgang was asking where you can find out when your Babymaker is up for shipping. So if you go into your Indiegogo account, up in the upper right hand corner, it will say your name, and you can click down on that and click my contributions, and in your contributions it will show your estimated shipping date for your bike.
Yeah. All right, guys, about 5 more minutes and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. If you have questions that we didn't answer, you can shoot us an email at hello@flx.bike. Check the FAQ sections first, because a lot of the questions we get are actually in there already. But that is how you should reach out to us if you still have a question that we have not answered.
Also, if you posted a question on my Facebook post that I did on the VIP page, I know that there was a couple of questions that I didn't get to just simply because I needed to drop links. So I'm going to go in there later this afternoon and I'll answer all those questions directly as well.
Nice. Is the battery charger connector flush with the bike or tad bit loose? I'm not exactly sure what that question is, so I'm just going to explain how it attaches. On the down tube of the bike, there will be a little rubber grommet that covers the charging port. You'll peel that back, and then the pin from the charger itself will go into the bike perpendicularly. It's a snug fit, exactly like plugging in your cell phone, but it will stick out from the side of the bike like that. So it doesn't run parallel to it. It'll actually just go right into the side of the bike for charging. So, all right, guys, last call. If you're still one of our 74 guys in this group chat, be sure to write us in a question. We'll try and get it. 3 minutes left, so don't hold back.
Jason, no, he was asking if we offer direct support for people swapping or selling their Babymaker contribution. That's not a program that we're supporting. There are some people who, for whatever reason that they had, decided that they didn't want their Babymaker and have sold it and switched their address to somebody else. We can switch addresses, but that's not something that we offer direct support to. So that's, kind of on you if you want.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, we want to help you guys out as much as possible. But if you are reselling the bike, it is up to you, 1, to notify us of the new address it needs to be shipped to, and 2, on the back end, you have to take care of all that information yourself. This isn't a program we've set up to swap bikes and that sort of thing. So we will change the address to help you out, but it's up to you and the potential new owner to coordinate everything else on that matter.
We had some amazing thunder and lightning scenes last night. Is the bike lightning proof? So the bike is water resistant. You can ride it in the rain and it's okay, but I can't say for sure whether it would be okay or not.
I'd avoid
getting
riding
struck by lightning if you can.
I'd avoid riding in any lightning storms. That's general good rule of thumb, good way to live by. Avoid playing outside in lightning. I'm honestly not sure. We haven't tested that.
Yeah,
so,
thankfully.
Yeah.
So if you ordered through the website directly and you can't check on the estimated shipping date, just send me an email and I'll help you. Hello@flx.bike, and I can give you a pretty good estimate.
Yeah, if you do remember when you checked out, if you ordered the bike via flx.bike, our website, it should say right under the add to cart button, the estimated shipping date. I believe the earliest, since we didn't start selling them on our website until the Indiegogo campaign was over, I believe the earliest time we will be shipping to anyone who bought on our website is the October time frame. October, November, I believe, was when we started there.
Oh, a feature item.
Okay, drawn from the water. Do we have any ideas on the second generation of Babymaker Pro? We're trying to get all of the original Babymakers out of the womb right now, so we're going to hold off on starting a second generation. But if you followed the company along, you'll see that most of our bikes are actually in their second, third, or fourth generation. So yes, the Babymaker will be expanded and built upon. We're going to try and deliver the first 10,000 before we start on that, though.
For the Babymaker, the pedal assist kicks in immediately, right?
Yeah, so the Babymaker is a Cadence Sensor, and that means is once it senses that the pedals are moving, there's power supplied to your motor. It's very intuitive. It's an extremely easy ride, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. But yeah, the Babymaker has a cadence sensor, so it knows to supply power when you start pedaling, and the moment you stop pedaling, power shuts off.
Jason, we are still working on Alaska and Hawaii for our website. Just email us and I'll help you with that. Our website is a little bit funky when it comes to that because we're still working on the shipping information for there. We are able to do it, but we still got to sort it out. I'm actually from Alaska, by the way.
Yeah, Sarah's from Alaska. And the reason behind that is that every time we ship to those locations, we have to get estimates. It's not like we can pre-select a carrier and have a flat rate. It's very tough to ship, one, the large bike boxes, and two, considering they have a battery, they must be shipped ground. So that's part of the reason that process is a little bit convoluted, is because we have to be very careful and make sure that the carrier we're using not only accepts the battery, but that it's going to be shipped in the proper way.
That's so funny that you say that, Jason. I actually remember when you bought your bike. I had just started working at FLX, and I was the one that helped you sort out how to get it to Alaska. That's hilarious. I completely forgot about that.
Nice. Small world.
Did you upgrade? So yes, the display has been upgraded from the original prototype that we had.
And that's mainly a firmware thing. It's not like you're gonna get a giant cell phone screen that's colored. Majority of the work that was done to the LCD display was actually internal things, just reworking how the LCD talks to controller the motor, and that sort of thing. So, all right, guys, one more question here, one or two more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Ricky, so whatever you're seeing on your Indiegogo, it's the estimated shipping date. So that's just kind of an estimation of when we think it's going to go out. It could be any time within that month. So as the bikes get here, I mean, it takes time for them to go through customs, and there could be any hiccups along the way with customs and just shipping. Things happen during shipping, so we can't give an exact date, but we can give a time frame, which is the month.
Yeah, so that's one of those things too. The dates you guys see are the estimated shipping date, so that's when we expect to throw a label on that box and move it out the door. So keep in mind there is some transit time on there. Also, you may have to it may have to clear customs. So the dates we're giving you guys are when we expect the bike to leave the factory. But
okay, one last question. So the bikes will, wherever they're being shipped, you can explain this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like,
yeah, no worries. Raymond's asking
words
if
are hard.
you can de-restrict the bike. Yeah, so what we're gonna do when you get your Babymaker right out of the box, it's gonna be set to conform with all the rules and regulations of your particular region. However, a little down the road, what we're going to be doing is sending out a video on how to, I guess, unlock that for track and closed circuit use so that you can get more out of the bike. So yes, Raymond, that is something we'll be doing. That wraps it up for today, though. Thank you guys so much. Like Sarah said, we're going to try and do these at least once a week. Put out some notifications ahead of time so you can be tuned in for the next one. But if you have questions that we still haven't made or still haven't answered, please send us an email to hello@flx.bike, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you.
Yeah, get back to you as soon as we do have quite a few hundred emails at the moment. So it does take us a day or two to get back, but we're working on getting back to everyone as quickly as we can. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good one.